for joining me. This is a routine designed for the metal element in traditional Chinese medicine, or autumn, occurring right now in the northern hemisphere. So to begin, we're going to start in the Wuji position, which is feet hip distance apart, your pelvic area slightly tucked under and forward, your chin pulled back, your neck nice and long, and your arms out to the side so that you can feel some air passing through. It's just about finding a nice sense of inner alignment and balance so that you can feel the qi in harmony in your body, and just take a few breaths and check in with yourself. Just see where you are before you begin this practice, because it's always good to check in. Qigong is as much about embodied awareness as moving qi, moving energy. So to begin, let's just move our arms. Your arm twist. Just keeping it nice and loose. Making sure your shoulders are relaxed. Keeping your alignment central, as though you are moving around a tree trunk of your spine, and that spine stays nice and long, not flip-flopping around, but keeping that integrity of this movement so that you're present to the trunk of your body, to your spinal column, to the weight of your arms, the relaxation all the way down to your hands. And you allow your head to follow your arms, or you can look straight ahead and notice how it changes the experience. It stretches your neck, involves your neck a little bit more, and then just go back to looking to side and observe the difference of looking forward and then going side to side and slowing down. If you hold tension in your shoulders, this is a really good one to let go, as well as the shoulder shrugs. So you just breathe in and then exhale as you pop them down. In and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Very simple. Noticing the release of tension in your shoulder blades, in your shoulders. Shoulders are connected to the lungs, and the lungs are part of the respiratory system, which falls under the metal element. So this is really good for tonifying your respiration. Now you're going to make these kind of loose fists and tap. You're going to tap across your clavicle, around your breastbone. Just light, gentle tapping to wake up your muscles, your qi around your shoulder, the joints, paying special attention to the joints, the hands, and a little extra attention to the pad of the thumb, where a long meridian exists. Going back up to the shoulder, then under the armpit, and 3 times down the rib cage. Now check in and compare the two sides and notice if anything's changed. Repeating the other side, this gentle tapping. To your shoulder, the joint right there in back, gentle tapping. You can slap instead of using that loose fist. You can do either way. Just make sure you get all the way down to the fingers and that pad of the thumb, the inside of your arm, underneath, and then 3 times under rib cage. And checking in. Taking a breath. Loose fists going back to the kidneys. And actually right next to the spine, you want to just massage there in as high as you can go into the thoracic. There's some acupressure points back here related to the lungs, respiration. And then we are returning back. Noticing. This is thumb circles. So you're just moving your thumbs around in the same direction 36 times. The thumb focus here is again for the meridians that connect to the lungs. And the lungs and respiration are very important to keep tonified during the autumn season because colds and flus tend to circulate, and our whole respiratory system is our first line of defense against airborne disease. And then you're reversing now your thumb circles. Just noticing the pad of the thumbs and how that feels. A nice massage in that thumb joint. Sending some nourishing chi, nourishing energy to these meridians that are going to help us get through this time of year disease-free. Always returning to your Wuji, noticing what's changed. If you feel lighter, more present, more warmth. And doing those arm circles again, or arm swings. It's because we are focusing on the shoulders a bit and want to make sure those shoulders stay nice and loose. Again, allowing your head to follow in the general direction of your arms. And then if you like, you can also face forward and notice how that changes your experience of what's happening in your spine. And then let it go. and returning. With a few more shoulder shrugs. Making sure to fully exhale when you drop down and fully release. This next practice, you're going to open up your arms to the side, looking at your thumbs as you twist and then back to center. So opening to the other side. And really what's happening is the shoulders rolling backwards as your thumb is rolling backwards. And you're watching that with your eyes. As you inhale and then exhale. And inhale, follow your hand with your eyes, and exhale. Opening up your chest. Exhale. Squeezing your shoulder blades together, only to the level at which you're comfortable doing. If your shoulders are limited in mobility or feeling tender or stiff, back off. It's most important that you feel a twist in your arms all the way down to your thumb. And you keep just rolling those shoulders backwards as you inhale and then exhale forward. Exhale, squatting down, tucking under. Let it be soft and at your own pace. If I'm moving too fast, you can slow it down. You're opening up your chest and your lungs, and it feels just really expansive on the inhale. And on the exhale, you're releasing. And that is called the cure for 100 diseases. Because it's supposed to be really good for releasing old chi. So just come back to your center with your hands at your belly and regulate your breathing. This is called lifting the sky, pressing the earth. So what you're doing is you are on your inhale, you're scooping up the chi. You're lifting one hand to lift the sky and the other presses down. And then returning to your belly as you exhale. Inhale. Letting your inhale reach all the way to the top with you. And then now allowing that breath to follow on the exhale back to center. Just giving you that side view. You're pushing back with that arm that is pushing the earth, as though there's somebody behind you kind of pushing against you. It's very subtle. But just imagine somebody slightly pushing against you as you bring that arm back. And then they return to meet at your belly button. Scooping up the chi. Inhale. Exhale. And return. keeping it soft. Do a nice stretch as you open up the front of your body and exhale and return. See if you can sense the chi. You're lifting the sky at the palm of your hand. And then as you turn it, you kind of guide the chi down back to your pelvis. Now we're going to incorporate the leg. So with the same arm that is lifting the sky, lift that leg, and then come back to center. Inhale. Keeping your breathing nice and light and your movements soft so you don't get winded or expend too much effort. Just make this nice, easy, and slow, stress-free. This is also really good for balance. Root your standing leg into the ground. Through the bottom of your foot. Keeping everything soft, keeping everything regulated. Finding your rhythm. Connecting with your breath. And then return back to center. Coming into your belly again. You can rest your forearms on your hips to relax those shoulders. And allow your awareness to move inward and see what's shifted. Notice where the energy is circulating more freely now. Maybe through your chest, your shoulders, your legs, your hips. Just allow your breath to settle. That was a little bit of work. One thing we don't want to do for this routine is get too winded and blustery and huffing and puffing, because this is about balancing your chi, your lung chi, and your digestive chi. So this next does both. So open your arms to the side, and then you're going to fold in and tuck your tailbone under. So opening up and then tucking your tailbone under as you pull your belly button back towards your spine. And inhale, open wide. And exhale, you're bringing it really in tight. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. This is really wonderful for the yin and the yang meridians that run up and down the front and the back. It's a very balancing thing to do. Next, as you kind of integrate your arms, opening up like the sun, watching those thumbs again all the way to the top, and then closing as you exhale, and then opening to the other side, including your fingers. Exhale, inhale, opening up, feeling that line of energy all the way from your shoulder to the fingertips. Exhale down and tuck under. Make it smooth. Inhale. And exhale. Just allowing your gaze to follow your hands. It's not effortful. It's soft. It feels like opening like the sun and then going into the night like the moon, pulling inward. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. With Qigong, always be mindful of going to about 70% of your capacity. You're not overextending ever. And now bring it down, all the chi you just generated down through the front of your body, again into your belly. And pause. And feel what has happened. What has shifted? Do you feel like you've been nourishing yourself? Do you feel more present? Give your belly a few circular motions. So you're letting your digestive system know that you've been here, present, giving yourself some good chi, giving yourself some attention. All right, back to the Wuji posture. Getting into that nice neutral experience of your body. Next, we're going to work on the lower half and go into the hip circles. So hands on your kidneys, your lower back. And do some nice 360-degree circles, touching each corner, back, side, front, and side. Seeing how smooth you can make this motion. And how connected you can remain to all parts of yourself as you're doing this, from your toes, feet, knees, hips, and reverse, the other side. Your hands are keeping your kidneys warm, right under your rib cage. And will help support your lower back if you tend towards tension here, but also keeping your kidneys warm and your lower back warm is a really good idea for this season, because it's all about staying in balance with yourself. Kidneys help us keep in balance via our fluids, which in turn help keep the lubrication happening inside everything, including our respiration, which helps us eliminate bacteria and virus. So creating that nice, juicy environment for yourself will, through Qigong, help keep you from getting colds. Creating all this lubrication through giving attention to our muscles and joints. So what we're doing here is a hip circle, and we just did 6 in one direction, and now 6 in the opposite direction, remembering to keep your foot nice and loose, like limp, so that when you release, you're not holding on to any tension. And the other side, opening to the back, keeping that standing knee a little bit bent will help. You keep your balance and just increase your feelings of mobility. Again, as we focus on the joints, we're creating more synovial fluid, which is going to help us stay nice and lubricated internally for these dry seasons we're heading into. Shake it out if you feel that. You might feel it a little bit. Next, we're going to do the knee circles. So you put your feet together, your ankles together, and on a inhale, push your knees back. And on the exhale, do a circle with those knees. Inhale, and exhale and release. And you do this 6 times in each direction. And the opposite direction. Pace it with your breath so that you get that nice inhale when you go back and exhale when you extend. It'll feel better. It should feel good. If it does not feel good, if anything does not feel good, don't do it, or do a modified version by reducing, in this case, the number of knee circles. And returning to standing. We're going to do something similar with your knees. So as you go down again, you inhale as you press back, but then you're going to exhale and bend and kind of straighten keep your back nice and straight and your spine aligned. So inhale, press your knees back, and exhale, just like you're about to sit into a chair. But each time you do this, see how low you can go. See if you can get a little bit lower. See how low you can go. And 5. And then the very last one, can you go all the way down to the ground? You can, yay. Push your knees to come back up and return. That's a really good one for longevity. If you can bend and do that and keep doing that for all of your years, you're in good shape. And returning to the Wuji posture. Noticing what's shifted. Are you feeling a little bit lighter? A little more open? You can adjust as you're standing here. Tilt your pelvis a little bit back. Lift the back of your neck up a little bit. Move your arms out a little more. Just find that sweet spot where everything feels really good. And then bring your hands to your belly and regulate your breathing a little bit more if you need. Dropping your awareness down into that diaphragm area. Getting nice and regulated, nice and centered to do the crane. So to do this, cross your hands as you bend down and then lift one knee up as you push your hands out to the side and then a little bit higher. So what's happening here is you are bending down with both knees, inhaling as you come up, inhale again and exhale higher, lifting that knee a little bit higher. Inhale up. And release. Crossing over, inhale up. So just timing your breathing with the crane. This is the crane getting ready to leave the nest and then getting ready to fly. Inhale. Exhale and then up. Wonderful for your balance. Wonderful for the yin and the yang meridians again. Ooh. Helps to spot and keep your eyes on something stationary. But also you will notice that if your mind wanders even a little bit in this one, you'll probably topple So it's really good for mindfulness and focus. So if you find that your focus is ever scattered or drifting, this is a good one. And return all that qi down into your belly. Feeling all the work you've just done, all the energy you've just generated within yourself through this practice, and inviting it into your belly more deeply, into your being more fully. Notice how you feel. Centering underneath your heart. Feeling your root and your pelvic bowl underneath your diaphragm. And feeling the ground support you underneath your feet. Now you're going to inhale and lift. It's kind of like lifting the sky. So you're going to hold it here and just breathe naturally. And then exhale. See if you can sense that qi moving down underneath your hands and your fingertips, running through your midsection all the way down into the earth. And again, you're going to take a nice inhale up and pressing the sky, lifting the sky. And then exhale, feeling the qi travel downward through your belly into the earth. Inhale again. Lifting, extending, feeling that wonderful stretch, and exhaling as you bring the qi through your energy body into the earth. 2 more times. Inhale up, lift the sky, and go up on your toes if you feel confident. When you're ready to exhale, exhale down. This one feels really good. Nice and regulating. And then last time, inhale. Push up on the toes, not hyperextending, just a nice soft lift. And then softening down. Sensing the energy, moving it through your body. Down into your feet and the earth. Just move into your wuji again. A nice soft position with your knees, slight tilt in your hips, open arms, back of your neck nice and long, and notice what's shifted. How do you feel right now? And do you feel any different than when you first began? Do you feel more relaxed, more present, more in your body? And if so, give yourself a pat on the back. You did good work. Mahalo. Thank you for joining me.